Is it hot? Is it? Okay, here we go. All right. Oh yeah, look at this. Is a beautiful shirt. Just simple and beautiful. Okay, here we go. Got an Arrowhead sparkling water going. Okay, here we go. Get to the point, Gabe. Okay, here we go. Dude, I say here we go and I seriously say it all the time. Here we go. Okay. For real. Okay. Sorry. I seriously say like the same crap over and over again. Can't even help it. Okay. Wanted to make a video. I have nothing written down. This is just straight up. This is just what I'm saying here. This is what I got to say. So, I wanted to make a video about what to do if you find yourself in the Kratom Pickle, okay? What would and this is my advice. This is my advice what to do if you are in the Kratom Pickle. And the Kratom Pickle is we'll just give a scenario here. Say you got off methadone and you stop taking methadone, and after 10 days or whatever, it doesn't matter, you start taking Kratom, and you take it 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, and 7 days, all of a sudden you've been taking it for 3 weeks in a row, or a month, or maybe a couple months, or whatever, maybe longer, and you find yourself that you are in the Kratom Pickle. You're physically dependent to it. You've been taking it every day to help with the withdrawals and the pause, the post-acute withdrawals, all that stuff, okay? And now you find yourself, you're like, crap, I'm frickin' stuck on Kratom, okay? And I talk to a lot of people that get in that pickle, okay? And what sucks is, a lot of times what happens is, they're not necessarily just addicted to Kratom for the rest of their lives. Some are, though. Some are still, and they're just really struggling to frickin' stop taking it. Because they used their vacation or whatever, and now it's like, crap, do I just wait till next year? Or, what do I do? But something I see a lot, and and I did this too. I did this too. My thinking was along these lines, where a lot of times what people will do is they'll get back on either Suboxone or methadone. Those are typically, to get off of the Kratom. And I have talked to several people since I've been making these videos that has it's come full circle. Okay, so and there's multiple people asking me right now. They're in the Kratom Pickle, okay, and they want to know what they should do or what my advice to them is. And it's been talking to. That's why I'm doing this video is because, and it's a video I already had written down to do. So it's just perfect. It's crazy. But my advice, if you find yourself in the Kratom freaking Pickle and it sucks, but let me shed a little bit of light here or give you some encouragement. Okay, if you are in the Kratom Pickle, I would suggest that you do not get back on your opiate, okay? Do not get back on your opiate. I would say taper off the Kratom, okay? Kratom, yes, you're going to withdraw from Kratom, but I'm telling you, I said it, and I have a video where opiate detox versus Kratom detox, okay? Or opiate withdrawal versus Kratom withdrawal. Kratom withdrawal is not fun. But it's not as bad as freaking opiate detox, okay? It's not as bad. It's very similar. Yeah, dude. Kratom. I mean, I took a lot though. It really constipated me even worse than when I was taking opiates. Actually, so I really had a lot of diarrhea. I haven't really talked about that, but yeah, it gives you the runs like crazy. But anyway. But my point is, and yes, you got to watch liver toxicity with Kratom, okay? That's just how it is, okay? But if you're tapering and watching stuff and drinking lots of water and do the right things and stuff, I feel, this is my opinion, I'm not a doctor, but I feel that that you should taper off the Kratom. Don't get back on your opiate. I was talking to a guy last night, and he was like, dude, he was on morphine, now he's on Kratom. He's like, should I, and he wants to get off this, and he's like, should I you know, and he wants to kind of taper, you know, he's setting a date and everything, and he's like, should I get back on the morphine or should I get back on the Kratom? And I told him, I'm like, dude, you should just tape. My advice would be taper off the Kratom. Okay, and then someone else commented, and someone I've never seen, like, get on methadone. It's like, no, don't get on methadone. It sucks. And he's talking about a different thing, though. He is talking about this, you take a little bit and you just kind of, you know, you kind of ease your way off. I think he was saying it's like a 21-day thing, but you just got to be careful, dude. You know, when you are an addict and you're struggling with this stuff, you got to be careful. It's a dangerous game and it's freaking fragile, okay? But, you know, long story short here, I guess, or whatever. I don't know. I'm sure I'll have more stuff to say. I'll just keep blabbing. But that would be my advice, is understand that, that the Kratom withdrawal is not as bad as opiate withdrawal, okay? But there's things about Kratom though too where I could see someone not wanting, because like if you just went like from full-blown opiate use to full-blown Kratom use, it's not regulated, and with the liver stuff, and if you have health problems, I could see how that there are things. So I'm not saying just by default Kratom is always better, or by default Kratom is always worse. I'm not saying that at all. Each situation has its own things, and it really depends on how much you're taking. For instance, this kind of put things in perspective. I know I always say when I was at the peak of my Kratom use, I don't know how much I was taking. I don't know exactly, but I can kind of give you an idea. For instance, this guy I was talking to last night, he takes 4 grams of Kratom 3 times a day, so 12 grams a day. Okay, and he asked me, he's like, well, how much were you taking? And I thought about it, and I knew these bottles I got were an ounce, and I would take multiple bottles a day. And I told him, I'm like, well, I didn't really take it in grams. I took it in ounces. And he was like, oh, hallelujah. I can't say it. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. No. But he was like, oh, thank God. Or that was just good news for him because, you know, because he's watched some of my videos. And I was taking it in the ounces, you know, for sure. Especially once it got rolling. But dude, pretty early, I know I was I was taking over an ounce a day, and then I know I was guzzling, dude, like bottles of that crap, and they were an ounce each, and I'd take a whole ounce in the freaking morning. I mean, I know I would. I remember taking a whole bottle. Okay, anyway though, but the point is, so maybe you're not in a terrible position, I guess is what I'm saying too. Maybe you're not in a terrible position. But just understand, I'm not, okay, here's the deal. I'm still telling you though, I don't care if you're 20 days on Kratom, dude, you should start tapering off of it now, okay? Or if you're 2 years on it, start tapering, but I'm telling you, the longer you're on Kratom, you're just making things harder on yourself. It gets the receptors going, and it's gonna be, dude, Kratom pause. I mean, if you're on it for years, I'm sure there's a Kratom pause. It's gonna be hard. The longer you're on it, you know, the harder it's gonna be. The best, I mean, the way that people do it, they take it for like a week or so, or kind of intermittent days for a couple weeks, but it can be very hard. But just really, just, you know, obviously be advised. That's why I make these too. Be advised. It's not harmless, and I get so freaking tired of that. It's harmless. It's this beautiful plant, and oh gosh, you should worship this plant. Sorry, some of the Kratom people, the militant Kratom people, oh man, I'm sorry. They just bug me sometimes because it's like they lie, and they're not realistic sometimes. Yeah. But yes, my advice would be, if you are in the Kratom Pickle, get off the Kratom, taper off the Kratom, okay? Let's be clean. So clean. Okay, all right, Mr. Clean. Yeah, what did Mr. Clean do? I come into your house unannounced and start helping your wife clean. Okay, anyway, whatever. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. I am going to have some surprises tomorrow, okay? With video crap. Okay, here we go. Go Niners, baby. All right, V for victory, though. V for victory. Stay clean, stay in the fight. Don't get discouraged if you are in the Kratom Pickle, okay? Don't get discouraged. Keep your mind, keep the eye on the prize, okay? Maybe you're really discouraged and it sucks, dude. I understand it. And but just don't get discouraged. Just understand, like, dude, it's not like you've lost all hope. You don't have to go back to opiates, okay? You don't have to do that. You haven't blown it, okay? You've gotten yourself in the Kratom Pickle, though. You are in a pickle, okay? You're in a pickle, but it's all good. You can get out of a pickle, you know? I eat pickles all the time, okay? And I take them out of the jar. Oh, dude, I have these really good ones that were habanero pickles from Bauman Farms. So good, so beautiful. Okay, anyway, stay encouraged, okay? God bless all y'all, V for victory, and as always, salute.